that we've all come to this huge, giant ceremony that is being hosted by Mother Earth. Wopira, I love all of you.
Bigger than a pipeline, this is the beginning, because we're all united now.
So our friends stand and rock. Won't you stand? We're standing rock. Because standing rock. We stand with you. Again, family, yeah. So our friends stand. We're standing rock. Won't you stand? We're standing rock. Because standing rock. We stand with you. From Standing Rock, y'all, we stand with you.
Since the 1970s, all actions of American Indians on behalf of their self-determination, their spirituality, their treaty rights, and their human rights is grounded in prayer. And it has brought about more lasting change than all the political movements that have taken place. But political movements as well have had their effect, and all is positive. So Native American people have to get back to who they are.
Yeah. And if our society at large gets back to a Native American way, indigenous-led, earth-centered, maybe we'll live another 1,000 years following the Lakota way.
Maybe we will, yes. But we got to get back. We got to forego the greed, the hatred, and the opportunistic society that we have.
I hear a lot from the stage people being invited to come and stand with us, and so that's still on, right? You still want people to come and stand with you if we come in a good way and come walking the Lakota way?
Definitely.
People should keep coming.
Leave the weapons at home.
Okay. We'll do.
Bring a good heart.
Everybody that can live stream, get your phones up, start recording. Continue to push forward. Record everything. Blackout News, and we're covering the protests against the Dakota Access Pipeline. Thanksgiving, another precious day for Native American relationships with white people. They've crossed the site to where the drill pad is, and it's an interesting day of direct action here.
We're not to be on this property.
You are supposed to be here!
Who do you serve? Who do you protect? Who do you serve?
I'm here at this is the girl who got bit on the first day by the dog. So that's the scar right
Right
there.
here, yeah. I juggled it.
So a dog bit you on your foot? Was you one of the people that got sicked?
Yep. I was right in the front. Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about that day?
Oh,
Sucky day with security guys from Qatari?
I mean, considering the circumstances, I would have to say it's one of our most victorious days we had on the front lines. I mean, chasing those tractors over the hills off our lands, it was an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a small victory for us, and we got hit, bit, maced, and tear gas, but it felt victorious. It felt good to fight for my people, to feel like we made a difference, and we did. That was where the world woke up.
Okay, Bernie Blackout News on site. We got a Bernie guy here.
Yep. Hey, I'm Eric Rydberg from Northern California. I ran for District Delegate in District 1 for Bernie Sanders in California. We're out here at Turtle Island at the Standing Rock Reservation, or technically the Army Corps land. So this is kind of just still kind of a carryover from Sunday. Sunday there was concussion grenades fired for 10 hours straight with tear gas and rubber bullets. A girl got her arm almost blown off. My friend Ephraim from the youth council took a concussion grenade to the chest, gave him a seizure. Another buddy of mine, Pit Stop, got a concussion grenade to the face. He's got stuff lodged in his cheek. A woman got shot in the eye. Looks like she's going to lose her eye with a rubber bullet. Guy got his head split open with a rubber bullet. I was on the horn all night long till 5 in the morning trying to tell them to stop firing those rubber bullets and stop firing those concussion grenades. They ran out of water. They ran out of tear gas. The youth had built a fire right down by these lakes. These lakes were frozen solid that night because it was way sub-freezing. They were spraying us with water cannons for about 5 hours straight before the fires were lit. The fires were lit on the beach next to the frozen lake, so it's not, what it's going to do. Fire's going to catch a frozen lake on fire. So it's a pretty ridiculous claim that they were trying to say that there was wildfires. The fires that were started were from concussion grenades in the grass, and the lids these people were using from their totes that they brought their clothes in to block these water cannons, they ran over and put these fires out. So it's just, big fat lies from the media. Our good old corporate 1%er media lying to us so they can protect their pipeline, their precious pipeline that's going to destroy a water source for 18 million people. 5 out of Hillary Clinton's top 10 donors are funding this Dakota Access Pipeline. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, JP Morgan Chase, and Goldman Sachs. So that's what we're saying now. Instead of putting people in harm's way and with concussion grenades, bank exit, #bank exit, defundapple.com. Go to your bank. Pull your money out. Take a picture of yourself at the bank. Post it on Facebook. Tag your bank at Bank of America. Share, share, share. Happy No Banksgiving, everybody.
Please do not build the bridge to attempt to come across. We do not want the confrontation. Just do not build the bridge, Mr. White. We have no intent to come across the river. We do not want a confrontation. I repeat, we do not want a confrontation. We have no intent to come to the camp. Please stop building the bridge in an attempt to come across. It's an act of aggression, Mr. White. We cannot allow the bridge to be built.
That's who we are. We are Hunkpapa. We are Ocheti Shakoi. We are Ihunktua. We are the people on the edge. We are the horn of the buffalo. And we have done our duty and our responsibility. Lila Wopila, to all of you who have come from wherever you came in your homes, your towns, your communities, your nations. Lila Wopila Tanka, I will never forget you. We will be doing the Hunka. Kakiapi. I've been called by the chairman of our Ihangtua, the Yankton Sioux tribe. He also received a call from the Secretary of the Army, Darcy, and about 45 minutes ago, and then Colonel Henderson texted our tribe and the representatives and said indeed the easement had been denied, and I think what I'd like to remind the people, and I know you know this from the very bottom of your heart and spirit, that this is all no accident, right? There are no coincidence in spiritual movements. And I think that the door has opened. We have a lot of work to do for the next 4 years. And never before have we ever been at an intersect where everybody is here. And we have a very strange turn in history that the people who are taking care of us at this beautiful camp is the military of the United States government. I work with VA. I'm a PTSD therapist. My name is Faith Spotted Eagle, and I work with Tucson, Black Hills, and Albuquerque. And I'm so gratified that all of those warriors, the 3,000 or 4,000 that are here, because of all people, Native people, we know all about PTSD, right?
Okay, make room for the drum. Make room for the drum. Coming on the center. Shailene Woodley and Malia up here as well.
We were in Washington, D.C. with the runners, with the youth who started this in July. And there was maybe 50 people who showed up to the rally because no one was paying attention. And then we came from Washington, D.C. to the camp here, and it was before Big Camp even existed. It was just Sacred Stone Camp, and there was maybe 55, 60 people on the ground. And in a matter of 4 months, this is worldwide news. And the thing about knowledge is when you know, you can't unknow. And now the world knows. Because of what you guys have stood for and because what you guys are doing, my children will have clean drinking water and your children will have clean drinking water. And it's beautiful that the easement was denied today. But we got, I mean, bigger than a pipeline, this is the beginning, because we're all united now. So we feel just, you know, from the bottom of our hearts, so honored and so privileged to know all of you and to stand with you, not only against this Dakota Access Pipeline, but for all the decades to come, because we're in this together. So thank you so much for what you've taught us.
I understand Blackout's prophecy said we'd all come back together, and we turn the earth back around. Can you say that back to us?
You know, I think Blackout had many prophecies, and one of the prophecies that I remember him saying is that there'll be a time when this earth will be covered with spider webs. And not knowing what he was talking about, I can see it now today. We have fences, we have telephone lines, we have power lines, and you see this whole earth covered with wire, like a fence. And so I do believe that he had the capability to see the future, and I'm not one to say this is the one incident that he was talking about, but many people can interpret it any way they want.
And that the purpose of this letter, my personal thoughts is, you know, these are just intimidation statements. These are things to put us into a reactionary space, and we refuse to be a reactionary space. Like my brother Nick Tilson said, we refuse. We are not victims in this situation. That this movement that you see behind us, that this movement that you see across this world was built out of power. Power based on indigenous rights, based on our struggle to defend our rights as indigenous peoples and our ability to self-determine for ourselves what happens to our lands, what happens to our water, and what happens to our bodies. That's the core of this movement. And so we stay focused on that. We don't want to get stuck in, we refuse to get stuck into the reactionary about the what ifs and what that, but we are going to be mindful and be prepared for what may come and run through the scenarios. And I agree with the chairman. I think we all agree that what that letter, the letter was not like we're going to raid on this date. It was just a notice, and we just are mindful of that. But we are staying here committed to our prayer. the original intent of that fire that was lit. And understand that this is a movement that is based on the principles of the Ocheti Shakowin, the 7 council fires of the Dakota, Lakota, and those principles, that fire is what's guiding us through. And it's that commitment and our faith in that fire that's going to get us through this, and that we're going to meet and stop this black snake.
And let Tomas say some words. The youth started this. The youth ran. They ran in their own community, and they were like, we feel good. So where should we do next? And then so they ran to Nebraska. They went to the Corps offices and they said, we don't want this. They said, we feel good, what should we do next? We're gonna run to DC and we're gonna reclaim all of this as Indigenous youth. They started it, and it's only fitting that Tomas here gets to have the final words at this press conference.
For the past 500 years, these people and these mercenaries that this government protects have been controlling us. They've told us what to do, and we've almost given them the reaction that they want. And what we're doing here at Standing Rock is telling all of the oppressors around the world that oppress Indigenous people, we will no longer give you what you want. We stand as a rock. And when a river meets a rock, it will move it. But when the rocks stand together, the river will go around it. When I was arrested in Bismarck for praying, for exercising my First Amendment right, the Chinese proverb came into my head: no matter which way the wind howls, the mountain will never bow to it. And what I want everybody in that racist, white supremacist group to know is that not only do we love you, but we will not be moved by you. Do with our physical bodies what you want, but you will never, ever have our souls, have our spirits, or have our hearts.
We're gonna pick up trash on the way. That's a nice offering, right?
Yeah, we're gonna pick up trash on our way to the courthouse here in Mandan, where they're gonna be bringing our brothers and sisters who were arrested during this action. And we're just gonna hold that space, continue that prayer, and extend it, and show that we show up in a good way, show that we stand for our people and stand for what we believe in a good way and in a positive way, and bringing joy to the community while we do that by singing songs and just creating a presence that is peaceful and loving, and really be able to share how much we care.
So our friends stand and rock. Won't you stand? We're standing rock. Because standing rock. We stand with you. Again, family, yeah. So our friends stand. We're standing rock. Won't you stand? We're standing rock. Because standing rock. We stand with you.
It's beautiful out there. There's peace, love, and it's basically all family. Nothing else but family.
Cool. That's awesome. Just that way, doesn't it? There's a lot of dogs, which is always nice. It's kind of a friendly dog city, right? How's Standing Rock been for you?
It's been wonderful. Really spiritual. There's a lot of really wonderful things going on. You can see spirit at work easily when you go there. The second you step on that land, that's what I felt. And the community is really wonderful. Everyone's really loving. You know, we get in our arguments every once in a while, but who doesn't?
Mm-hmm.
I just think that this is more than just just this pipeline. It should go way past beyond here, beyond pipelines. This is a conscious movement. It's waking up your subconscious, understanding the way you affect the world even without your direct action. Our subconscious mind does stuff to the world around us, and once you open up to that and see that, you can learn that your ego and you know, your bad thoughts, they do things, and we need to open up and love and have just joy in our heart and acceptance of everyone and everything, even if it's not something you agree with. Like transgender people, that's controversial. Let people do them, you do you. Learn to be individual and
I'm
be
for
happy.
that, yeah.
It's the truth.
The truth. Maybe
Speak the truth only.
Speak the truth.
Yeah.
If you're two-spirit, three-spirit,
Yeah.
four-legged, seven-legged.
Everything.
Anything you are.
You got a beak, whatever it is.
You are truth, okay? If it's in your heart, if it's coming from your heart, you are truth. And what you feel is right. So follow that. And maybe someone says that's not right. But if in your heart you are speaking to the Creator and you have the best intention for all of humanity and for your highest version of yourself, then create that version of yourself. Maybe everybody else isn't into it because they're not in their heart.
Yeah. And
so only you know your relationship with what's up there and what's in here. So what else is going on around you doesn't matter. Just stay centered in your truth and be truth all the time, in every breath and every single now. You got it.
Amen.
Mini with Tony. But everyone can do something. Everyone. And we need more and more people.
It's
and
true.
don't believe any of the stuff they're putting in the media about is calling us protesters and it's their fault. We are the water protectors and some of us have to stand up. There's environmental issues happening and we have to stand together all over.
I'm from the land of the long white cloud, Aotearoa, New Zealand. I'm from the Māori people, the indigenous people of New Zealand. And I stand here in support of Standing Rock. I bring with me the tears, the love, the prayers, the breath of my ancestors and of my people to stand here in solidarity. Not just for the people of Standing Rock, but for all indigenous people of the world. This is a moment in history where we all need to come together, and each and every one of us have been selected for some reason to be here. So that's why we're here. A call was sent out by one of the leaders, Myron was his name, for the Māori people to stand up in haka. Haka is our traditional war dance. To stand up in haka for Standing Rock and to save the water. So we did. And we started a Facebook page to get a lot of support from our people to haka for our people, our people. And overnight we had 40,000 followers that then grew to 100,000, 200,000, and then within a couple of days our people, from little children to elders, different groups, different walks of life, my people, we went to the rivers, to the mountains, to the lakes, to the ocean. We stood there in solidarity to haka, to pray, to send our wairua, our spirit, here to support not only the people here, but the ancestors of this land as well. My ancestors are here, they stand in a mountain behind me to greet the ancestors of this place.
I also wanted to say that we have our relative, our sister organization, Honor the Earth, couldn't be here at this moment. They had a representative supposed to be planned to speak, but 4 of their vehicles had all their tires slashed this morning in Mandan, up in North Dakota, and so their vehicles are incapacitated. And it just demonstrates the environment in which we are in right now. It doesn't matter whether you're Dakota, Lakota, Nueta, Sanish, or Cheyenne. This is the land our ancestors are from. This is the land where our ancestors dreamed of our existence, of our songs, and of our future lives. And in defense of those dreams, in defense of our ancestors, we stand strong. We stand strong to protect the sacredness of Mother Earth. We stand strong to defend our rights as indigenous peoples. We stand strong to defend our territorial treaty rights as Oceti Shakoi Oyate. That's the stand that we make, and we continue to stand by that. This movement that you see before us is not a movement of hate, but just a movement of undying love for our land and our people and the water. And that's what we're here for, and that's what we'll stick to. So thank you very much.
Us as the Oceti Shakoi and the Lakota people, we are the wardens of the land. This is our land. They can't remove us. They need to respect our treaties and respect our rights. And these lands that we stand on, there are old Sundance grounds, there are old Vision Quest sites, there's old burial sites here. We have every right to be here.
Conduct ourselves, how do we structure ourselves in our traditional government, not the government that was forced on us, not the IRA government. Understand that what was given birth here, and we take that
and we nurture that child, and we nurture ourselves so that we can, again, create a better future for those that are not yet born. Thank you.
And you know, there's the pallid sturgeon in here. That's a endangered fish. So hey, can we get an environmental, can we get somebody to check this thing out for the sake of the pallid sturgeon, if not for the sake of 18 million people, you know?
What's your hope for Bernie Sanders going forward?
Well, it's the same as it was. I was an independent to begin with this year. And so Bernie was kind of like this superhero figure to us because he's the longest running independent in American history. Pretty much once Arizona came back with the exit polls, 37% off in Hillary's favor, America accused the Ukraine of fraudulent elections over a 14% discrepancy. The margin of error is 4%. You can go either way, 4%, and still be considered a legitimate election, but no, 37% off in Hillary's favor in Arizona. And where's our media crying foul? Nowhere, right? So on top of them cutting the polling stations from 200 to 60 and the 500 lines, and then everybody getting purged off the Democratic rolls to independent because it's a closed primary, and 3.2 million independents in New York that weren't allowed to vote, closed primary, and then the 125,000 people purged from the Democratic Party in Brooklyn, Bernie's hometown. And then the DNC chair, Roberta Lang of Nevada State Convention, ruling against the yay-nay vote, dropping the gavel and calling the cops on everybody. And they wonder why Hillary lost. We were trying to tell you, Bernie was up 20 points in the polls. If you wanted to win, go with the candidate that's not under multiple FBI investigations and has a history of lying to everyone all the time, especially... So,
you heard it here on Bernie Blackout News, folks.
Yep.
It was hard to hear that opinion on the mainstream media, but that was a very common street opinion.
Rise like the waters, and all free.
This is a good opportunity for us to show them support and at the same time stop fossil fuel.
Now is the time to support their cause, which is long, long overdue.
Right on.
Clean water! Now! If you don't get it, shut it down! If you don't get it, shut it down! Clean water!
I'm just here to support the water for future generations.
Apparently there's no more law and order.
And to try to protect the rights of the indigenous people who are having their rights trampled all over constantly since I've been here. But change is coming. Change is coming. Spiritually, there's a big shift right now.
So we've come together as healers to heal the wounds that have been created by a country of violence. And so please keep that in mind as we go forward, that we've all come to this huge, giant ceremony that is being hosted by Mother Earth. Wopira, I love all of you.